your host, Superstar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! It's Iron Man 2020. Now this, I believe, is a Walgreens exclusive action figure, and this is Iron Man of 2020. Now, a lot of people are familiar with this character. This is not Tony Stark. This is Arno Stark from the year 2020, who took on the mantle of the Iron Man, but a very different Iron Man to the one you're used to. Arno Stark basically was I think he's like the second cousin something removed of Iron Man, or something related to one of Iron Man's uncles, I think it is, if I remember rightly, in the year 2020. And he basically inherits Stark Industries, and rather than use his costume for heroic deeds, he uses them for corporate espionage to further the Stark Industries and his personal interests, and he also uses it as like a hired mercenary. So it's a very different version of the Iron Man that you're used to. He's also gone up against Death's Hand, and he's also been up against... who else have we got over the years? Machine Man was one of the first ones he fought. And basically, a version of this suit was left in the present after a time-travelling sort of storyline, and was actually picked up by the Sinister Six as a way of defeating Iron Man in the present day. So this version of Iron Man is very different to the one you're used to, like I said, but they had to release it this year because it's Iron Man 2020, you know what I mean? And we're in the year 2020, so we had to get the 2020 Iron Man this year. It just had to happen, didn't it? By 2023, it helps build the helicarriers and furthers them with S.H.I.E.L.D. and it's such a good story. You can actually buy the graphic novel on Amazon right now for about 17 quid. It's definitely worth picking up. It's a great story. I went over it recently again just to get familiar with the character once again for this review. So, on with the review, guys. So, the figure itself comes in a usual Marvel Legends box. It has the Iron Man usual logo on the top there. On the side, it has a nice artist rendering of Arno Stark. And on the back, it has a product shot along with a write-up that I'll read in just a moment. The one thing that I'm already picking up about this is the fact that on this version you can see his eyes like that, whereas in the artist rendering, his eyes have got like a red glow to them. It would have been very cool if they somehow managed to do that red glow with some form of like paint. I would have liked to have seen that. But Hasbro looks to have given us some really cool like effects with this guy as well, so we should have some really nice effects pieces. So on the back, guys, it does give us the product shot, like I said, and the write-up there, which does state, Arno Stark wields powerful weapons and a superior armor suit as Iron Man 2020. Let's break him out of the box. Okay. So you might be familiar with this version of Iron Man as well because it was a playable character in the Lego Marvel Avengers 2 game. Oh, sorry, Marvel Super Heroes 2 game. I'm just going over my cliff notes here that I've got. And he also made an appearance in the Marvel Superhero Squad Online, if anybody ever played that. Oh, I'm liking that green background, that's quite cool. So they put like a nice green inlay in there. So I might take some photos against that, that's quite nice. So I'll put that to one side. So he does come with two of these stand pieces. Now the stand piece they've given us is for the blast effects, to make it look like he's flying. This looks very similar to the effects pieces they gave us with Chopper in the Black Series line. It's very similar. And of course he comes with his usual blast effects. We've seen those in blue before with the MCU Iron Mans. And he also comes with these big thicker versions of them, which I'm guessing are going to be for his feet, to make him look like he's setting off. And I'm guessing they fit into there, don't they? Yeah. So they're going to fit into there, and then that's going to fit into the bottom of his foot to give the full blast off effect. Or we could use our new Black Widow flight stand and actually make him fly. So we'll have a look at both effects and see what they look like. He comes with a spare set of hands as well, which are fisticuff hands. And both hands that he comes with are the open palm hands as standard. But we do have fisticuff hands as well. I'm probably going to leave the standard hands on him, unless I'm posing him for a fight position, in which case I may swap them over. Let me just pop those back in the box. And this is an Iron Man suit that we are definitely keeping in our collection, so we don't need the box, so yeet! One day I'm going to do that and knock my entire display down behind me. Alright, let's take a look. Oh, that's nice. Shame it doesn't cover it properly though. So what I'm noticing straight off the bat, I'm not sure if it's deliberate. Whether we should need to... Yeah, she needs to pull that down a little bit. Mine then, this middle bit was actually pulled off a little bit. Because you can just see it's got the regular arc reactor thing underneath. And the two little yellow buttons there as normal. And they've literally just used these pieces to roll that down and just pop it over the top. Are they meant to be there? I'm not quite sure. But either way. That's what's underneath that, if you're wondering. So the head is on a ball joint, so you can make him look down, as well as all the way up. It's a very nice Iron Man face on this one, to be fair. I'm liking the mouth is like more crooked. I like that. He can look left and right. His arms do lift up that top hinge and do also rotate. There's also rotation of the bicep, and there's a double hinged elbow there as well. Mine's got a little bit of paint warping there on the actual gauntlet part itself, which is a little bit off-putting, as you can see there. But to be fair, it does go with the look of the costume, a little bit of battle damage. It's never a real problem for me. The other gauntlet appears to be fine, but has a very similar crease in the same place, but it's just slight. This middle piece is actually loose on the body, so you can move that up and down a little bit. It will move with the rotation of the figure. There is the ab crunch that crunches forward once and back twice. There is also a waist swivel there as well. The legs do lift out all the way, as well as forwards and backwards with a top thigh cut. Double hinged knee there as well. There is a boot cut on this one as well, and the feet are on rocker and pivot. There's a slight marbling effect going on with the actual yellow. There's like a line of green in there with it, which is a little bit... Again, it's on both sides as well, so it's in the actual paint. It's on both sides, not just one. The camera can't probably pick that up. It's very just slight, but I can notice it. But the eyes are actually very like white, and the black on them are very neat, so that looks nice. So I've got a feeling this is just basically a basic Iron Man with a different head and paint job. Looks very similar to this version. Yeah, they've used that body mold. That's why that looks like that. Right, okay, so they've used the 80th Iron Man body mold, from what I can see, and they've just changed up the head to give it the different head. They've put this costume piece on the top, hence why you can lift that up. So that is basically that piece underneath, that chest piece. And it's just a different paint app. The boots are the same, the hands are the same. There's even the same warping on the arm, which is the same on this one. That's quite interesting. So this has definitely come from the same product lineup. And then even the same blast effects for the hands there, they're just different colours. So yeah, this is a very similar... It even comes with the open palm hand and the closed fisticuff hand. So yeah, this is this one. They've literally just repainted it and given us a different head sculpt, and they've given us some more effects pieces and this face sculpt along with this body piece to make it a different figure. Interesting. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing. I find it interesting which parts they reuse, because I don't blame them. Because obviously, if they're just making another Iron Man, you may as well use the basic mold. It makes sense to do that. It's cost effective. It means we get more figures in the line. But it's just funny. I like looking at things like that. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go to the desk cam to give you guys an up-close personal look at this awesome figure. So let's go to the desk cam. So here is Arno, Stark Iron Man, out of the packaging. He looks awesome, by the way. I just want to say once again, I'm not hating on this figure by any means for reusing parts. That's just how Hasbro works. It's just interesting to see which parts they've reused and what they've added to make it different. I like looking at things like that, especially as I'm getting into customizing. It's cool to see how a basic figure can change so much with just a few pieces added to it. But anyway, guys, this is the new figure, and it is awesome. Again, that was the issue on the gauntlet. If you can see there's like a gouge taken out of it, like a warping effect. And I'll see if you can see that green line on the leg from here. There it is at the top. There's one at the top, and then there's a fainter one there. And the funny part is, it's identical on both sides. So that's in the actual thing. So there's like a green tinge to his leg that I'm not sure the camera can pick up. It's like a yellowy green to make that gold effect. So it's like the line of green, like streaks onto the paint a little bit. Other than that, though, the actual Iron Man piece is quite immaculate. It's nice and shiny red. I can't really see any issue. There's a little bit of like a gouge on the back of the helmet, but nothing that's going to bother me because I'm not going to be really showing off the back of his head, am I? It's going to be... There we go. I'm not really going to be showing the back of his head. He's going to be face on, if anything, or a side view. So I'm not too bothered about that. But like I said, the figure itself is very cool, and it's nice to have this version of Iron Man, especially in the year 2020. This is the Iron Man you kind of want to see this year. So I don't blame them for making this Iron Man at all. It is awesome. And it looks very sinister with that face sculpt. It is very different to what we're used to seeing from Iron Man, so I like it. Let's go ahead and take a look at these new display pieces. So there's the two hands that came with him, which are the fisticuff hands that also come with the 80th one. We've got the two blast effects. Again, we're used to seeing these from the usual. They're just different colours, so it's nice to have some orangey red ones this time. We've also got the two blast effects that are going to go on his feet. Again, I've not seen those before, but I think we probably will have had them with other figures. And these figures, definitely, this is the one that... This is the same sort of, if not the same one, that they use for Chopper. And you basically put Chopper's middle leg bit in there. It would make it look like it was flying off. So very interesting, and it's cool to see them reusing that for this figure. So again, you're just going to port the pieces like that into the leg, and it'll look really cool. So let's go ahead and use these pieces and see how they look on the figure itself. So here is the basic blast effects that we're used to seeing all the time with Iron Man, but I thought I'd just quickly use them anyway. So there he is in a sort of battle pose, crouch down, firing up. Or if you're used to the sounds of the MCU, we'll go... But yeah, the figure's pretty nice, so I like those. Those are cool. But again, we used to see those quite regular, so let's go ahead and use the flight ones. Just to show you as well, I have seen people use these on the feet before we had these bigger ones. So people do use these sometimes for the feet, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to use the new ones, but I thought if you use them facing downwards in the hands, it does look like he's using the thrusters in his hands as well as his feet. So I thought that'd be pretty cool to sort of display as well. So, but yeah, people do put these in the feet though. I've seen people use these on the flight stands for quite some time. So I'm just letting you know it does work. So there he is using the Black Widow flight stand, just to use the basic thruster ones along with the hand. What I also like about this Black Widow base is the fact that you can sort of rotate him around a little bit, so you could eventually sort of have him on a side angle, and then turn the figure forward and change the hook, and he could look like he's flying as well. So it does give you a lot of ways to display it. So there he is using the new flight pieces to make him look like he's actually setting off. So that's pretty cool. It actually gives a nice look of flight there, especially if you lean him back a little bit, tilt the head backwards, it looks like he's looking upwards. It's a nice little display piece, I will give him that. It was a great idea to include that in this set. And yeah, it does make a great addition. You'll be able to use this with other Iron Men or with other characters. So it's definitely something that we can use going forward as well with other figures. So I'm liking these new display pieces they're starting to give us, like the effects for the guns and things like that. It's a great way of bringing your photos to life. If you're like me and you like doing action figure photography, then these pieces are going to be really useful. And as well, if you shine lights through them, if you get little tiny, you can get little light LED lights that you can turn on and off. And if you pop those in the bottom of here, you can light that up and it'll look really cool. So guys, what are your thoughts on this one? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to display him as the unmasked young version of Arno Stark, you could use the 80th anniversary unmasked head of Tony Stark. It does look a lot like the Arno Stark from the comic books, just minus a beard. But yeah, it looks pretty decent actually. The Iron Man's a little bit wonky though, it looks really weird. But yeah, as well as if you're going to put the unmasked head, make sure you face it inwards, as obviously there's eyes on it. So if you face it outwards, it'll look really weird. But if you just face it inwards like that, it does look like he's carrying his helmet as well. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad from the pictures I've seen recently, if I remember rightly, for Arno Stark. He does look a lot like that, so you could pass that as an unmasked Arno Stark pretty easily in action figure photography, I think. And if you want to see me stay on the Iron Man path this week, then we do still have the Marvel 80 Years Iron Man 2 review. As well, we also still have Captain America 80th Anniversary as well to review. So if you'd like to see either of those, please let me know in the comments down below. And then don't forget, we still have to review the Cosmic Ghost Rider. So let me know in the comments down below what you want to see next be reviewed on this channel. Would you like me to stay on the Iron Man path and continue the Iron Man reviews and get this Tony Stark finally out of this packaging? Let me know in the comments down below. So guys, what are your thoughts on Iron Man 2020? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, then please make sure you smash that subscribe button. Subscribing really supports us. It really helps us out, and it helps us to keep making these awesome videos. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and until next time, may the Force be with you.